All right, today we're going to be taking some notes, Chapter 1 review notes, and these are going to help us because we have our quiz coming up on Monday. So let's go ahead and look at the first one. It says, describe the pattern, then write the next three numbers. So you can look at number 1, and it says 4, 8, 12, 16. Who thinks they know what the pattern is here? Addison, what is it?
Add 4.
Okay, so we're going to put in there for problem A, add by 4. Now for problem B, it wants us to know what the next three numbers would be. What do you think it is, Michael?
20, 24, 28.
Okay, so now let me just go ahead and go back through. We said here that we think we should be adding by 4. What is 4 plus 4?
8.
And that is what that is. What is 8 plus 4?
12.
What is 12 plus 4?
16.
Okay, so you can tell that we did add by 4 each time, and as you continue to add by 4, I do see there that those are my next three numbers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and box that answer in. We're going to do one more example just like this. The new pattern this time is 90, 80, 70, 60. Jack, what's my pattern?
Subtract by 10.
Excellent. Okay, so he told us what operation it was and then how many numbers we are subtracting by. Subtract by 10. So I'm just going to go back through real quick. I can see here that 90 minus 10 is 80, minus 10 more is 70, and minus 10 more is 60, okay? So he definitely found out what the pattern was. Jack, do you happen to know what the next three numbers would be?
50, 40, 30.
You are correct. And box that answer in. For numbers 3 and 4, our instructions say evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. So let's start with the first one, 2x plus y when x equals 10 and y equals 4. So let's just go ahead and start by rewriting our variable expression. Remember, a variable expression is when you've got numbers and variables and then some kind of an operation mixed into there. Now all we want to do is we want to plug in the numbers. Repeat after me, plug it in, plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it in.
All right, instead of saying 2 times x, what am I going to put in there? 2 times 10. Then continue to work down, bring down your plus sign, and then what will I put instead of a y? 4. Okay, so now let's see. I've got some work that's got to be done here. KK, what's 2 times 10?
4.
20, and then bring down your plus and bring down your 4. So KK, what's the answer? 24. Go ahead and box it in.
7 times 5.
Okay, so we start off with 7x. You plug it in, 7 times 5, and what's your answer? 35. Great job. For numbers 5 and 6, it asks us to write the product as a power. If you remember, a power is going to have a base and an exponent. So that base is the number that is repeated over and over and over again. Hope, what number is repeated on problem 5? A 7. And how many times did they repeat the 7? 4 times. Okay, so the 4 becomes your exponent. Did it ask me to evaluate the power? No. Read me the instructions one more time. Everybody read it to me?
Write the product as a power.
Okay, so you're going to leave it just like that. I want you guys to do the next one on your own. Okay, this one's got a lot of 3's. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. There's an easier way to write it as a power, and what would that be?
7.
No?
3, 7.
3 to the 7th power. Okay, very good job. Evaluate the expression and use order of operations. Let's just talk one more time. What is that little acronym that we know for PEMDAS, the order of operations? What is it? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. What does the P stand for? Do we have any parentheses in problem 7? No. What does E stand for?
Exponent.
Do I have any exponents here? No. The next one, what two come next? Multiplication and division. You do whichever one comes first from left to right. What comes first?
Multiplication.
Okay, 2 times 7. What is 2 times 7? 12. Remember, you may only bring one thing down. Now, everything else just drops down. Divided by 4 times 10 times 3. Okay? If your paper doesn't look like that, erase it and fix it. Next up, I know I don't have any parentheses. I don't have any exponents. Do I have any multiplication and division left?
Yes.
What comes first?
12 divided
Division. So underline it. What's 12 divided by 4? 3. Then bring everything else down. Times 10 times 3. Next up, all that's left is multiplication. Should I do this problem on the left side or should I do this one on the right side first? Always work from left to right with multiplication and division. What's 3 times 10?
30.
30 times 3 is what?
90.
90. Raise your hand if you got that correct on your own. Okay? Now listen, that one was fairly simple because it pretty much just worked from left to right. The next one, problem 8, is not going to be quite as simple. So I want you guys to try that on your own. Stand beside your chair once you think you have the correct answer. Problem number 8, P for PEMDAS. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write that over here so we remember exactly the order we need to go in. What does the P stand for?
Please.
Okay, are there any parentheses here? Yes. I got to do the work inside the parentheses. What is 12 minus 6? 6. So I'm going to bring down the 6, and then I bring everything else down, including the parentheses there. That's like a placeholder telling me there's some multiplication that still has to be done, okay? Let's talk about PEMDAS. P, is there any work still to be done inside the parentheses? Yes. There's no work to be done inside the parentheses right here. It just says 6. So no, there's nothing left for P. Let's go on to the next one. PE. What does the E stand for? Are there any exponents in this problem? Yes. What is it?
8.
6 squared. Underline it. This shows me that's what I'm working right now. Okay? Matthew, what is 6 squared? 36, okay, because that means 6 times 6. Now bring everything else down. Listen, this is what I saw. I saw a lot of people bringing it down like this. So now that looks like 536 plus 7. But that's not what it should be. What should I have brought down with it? Bring down the parentheses. What do parentheses tell me? What sign? I've got to multiply, okay? So now as I'm looking at it, I don't have any exponents left. I am now at the one that says multiply and divide. Is there any multiply or divide that needs to be done? Yes. What do I need to do?
5 times 36.
5 times 36, okay? This is where a calculator comes in handy, so make sure you bring your calculator every day to class. What is 5 times 36? 180, okay? Then bring down plus 7. There is only one operation left, which means I'm ready to finish the problem. What's the answer? 187. Please make sure you remember your order of operations. If you don't use PEMDAS, your answer will come out incorrect most of the time, okay? Any questions on number 7 and 8? Let's go to the next one. Number 9 and 10 say, tell whether the value of the variable is a solution. I put right there, plug it in, plug it in. So all we're going to do is we're just going to plug in what that value says. So start with your original variable expression, 6 plus m equals 18. Help me out, please, Nicholas, to know what to do next. Plug it in, plug it in.
6 plus 11.
Equals 18. You're working down. What is 6 plus 11?
17.
Okay.
So you put 17 equals 18, and then you put no and box in no.
All right, because you were trying to figure out, is it an answer? No, this could not be a solution to that problem. Okay, any questions for him on that? Let's go to the next one. Help me out, Hope. We're going to start off with the original variable expression, 32 over z equals 4. Plug it in, plug it in. So what should my next part say?
32
Equals?
4.
Okay, once again, all you're doing is you're just bringing down the equal sign, you're bringing down that 4, okay? Now we're working it, so let's go ahead and work this part. What is 32 divided by 8, class?
4.
4. Once again, you're still going to bring down your equal sign right here, bring down the 4 right there. Does 4 equal 4?
Yes.
Yes. So yes, that is a solution to that problem. 11 and 12 says solve the equation using mental math. Remember, we like the idea of mental math because it means this is the one problem you don't have to show me any work. Mentally means it's done in your head, okay? So this says 83 equals 90 minus b. Whenever you see a variable there, you're going to substitute it for what number. So 90 minus what number equals 83. Is there anyone who thinks they know the answer to it? What do you think? Okay, now you're not just going to put 7, you're going to put b equals 7, okay? So now what I want us to do is we're going to plug it back in to see if that's true or not. So plug in a 7 right there. What is 90 minus 7, guys? 83, and that is the answer that we had right there. So we do know that this went correct, okay? Now listen, test and quiz time comes up on Monday. Yes, try it in your head, but you have a calculator sitting in front of you, so double check it. You can simply put it in there, 90 minus 7, if you don't know it, if you don't feel confident, and see that it comes out as an 83, okay? Let's go to the next one. 16y equals 32. Remind me again, what does it mean when a number is right next to a variable? Multiply, okay? So this says 16 times what number equals 32? There's a way to get this mentally. What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide both sides by 16. When I divide this side by 16, I know I'm going to get 1. When I divide 32 divided by 16, what do I get, guys? 2. So your best guess here is y equals 2. Once again, I want you to always go back through, plug it in. 16 times 2. What is 16 times 2, guys?
32.
What is it?
16 times 2 is 32.
It is 32, okay? And that's the answer that we wanted. So you did find out that you did do it correctly. The last two problems that you're going to need to know for your quiz say find the perimeter and the area of the rectangle, and it asks you to draw a picture. So once again, because it's asking you to draw a picture, please make sure you do that, okay? So let's look at number 13. We've got the perimeter here. It says 3 feet for the length and 9 feet for the width. What kind of a shape is that? A rectangle. How do you know for sure it's a rectangle? Because the lengths are different sides, okay? If they were all equal, then we would know that was a square. But the lengths are different here, okay? So I can tell, well, actually that wouldn't be. It would probably look more like this. In any case, my length here is 3. My width is 9. Okay, so who remembers the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle? What is it?
P equals 2 times L plus 2 times width.
Okay. P equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Once again, plug it in, plug it in. Instead of putting an L for length, what am I going to put, guys?
3.
P equals 2 times 3 plus, what's my width?
2 times 9.
2 times 9. Now, once again, you're working down. So bring down the P equals. Now we're doing, what is 2 times 3? 6. Put the answer directly underneath it. Bring down your plus. And what's 2 times 9? 18. Okay, Addison, help me out. What is my answer? P equals 24 what? Okay, just know if you forget to label it, it will not be a correct answer. Okay, you got to tell me. Perimeter equals 24 feet. Any questions on how to find the perimeter of a rectangle? All right, let's do the next one. This is our final one today. Once again, we need to draw a picture. The length is 3 feet. The width is 9 feet. What kind of a shape do I have? A rectangle. It's the same exact shape that we had last time, okay? But this time the difference is it is simply asking us to find the area. Who remembers how to find the area of a rectangle? Jack, what is it?
It's A equals length times width.
You are correct. The area is the length times the width. Remember, when you have an area, you're simply going to be multiplying this side by this side, okay? So let's plug in those numbers for me. Help me out, Logan. What am I plugging in?
3 times 9.
You are correct. A equals 3 times 9. And Logan, what's the answer? 27 feet squared. Thank you once again for saying feet squared. Every time you have an area problem, you will always have to square the units. Now, a lot of people have been writing it like this, 27 square feet. I do not care which way your answer comes out. Either one is fine, okay? These 14 problems are going to be almost identical to what your quiz looks like on Monday. So please make sure over the weekend you are studying sections 1.1 through 1.6. If there's something you don't understand, go back through and watch one of those YouTube videos that can help you to study it, okay? And if you ever need help, I am here to answer questions.